All right, working on the robes today, finishing up all the cloth. So I just did this in Phantasmic Bolt for the base coat, and I did like 2 layers to build it up over the black. And now I'm just coming back in. I have our white mixed in with it, doing the same thing we did with the purple robe of using the dotting method to get these like chunky highlights in, so we keep that high amount of contrast. And there you go. Next, moving on to Mage Yellow, just doing a triad colored scheme here. This took like 2 or 3 coats because this is exactly how you shouldn't paint yellow, but it is what it is. And it's what I wanted this effect. I wanted that yellow to look kind of dirty and beat up, but this is definitely not the way to paint yellow if you want a good, nice, vibrant yellow. I just put a little bit on the pipe to kind of lighten up the wood there by the mouth. And I put some on the book, but I'm just kind of playing around on the book. I'm going to do something totally different on that. And the big thing here with the yellow, again, like this is not how you normally want to paint yellow, but I wanted it to be dirty and grungy. So I really just want to emphasize that. Don't try to put yellow over black. But what I'm doing is just painting out of focus of the camera, obviously, since I'm a professional. All right, so I'm working kind of sporadically, just between office stuff. So one, just never paint yellow over black. And I knew it was going to turn out like this. Like if you want a good yellow, don't do it over black. But I wanted that yellow to be kind of dirty, like you've been walking through the forest. And then again, same thing as every other color. I just mixed in that like that warm vanilla white. Some of it's kind of thick on the bottom. But again, we're trying to speed paint and just try to do this like dotting highlighted style. It looks pretty good. And remember, the goal is like far away. You get the high contrast between the shadows and the highlights. So at the tabletop role-playing level, it looks really good. And that's like and almost intentionally, like it looks not good close up, but we're aiming for this because honestly, this might just be, I might be like live streaming a tabletop instead of using a tabletop simulator. Maybe I just have all these actual models and I play it that way. I don't know. I'm working it out through my head. But now we just have the head and the glasses, the hand. I did the hooves. You probably can't really see too well. And I did the horn too. But the book, which I've just been jamming out on, I'm gonna actually paint that. It's not gonna be yellow. The smoke and the face. Oh, and the non-metal metallic. We're gonna do a non-metal metallic on the little trinkets. But that might be all we're gonna do on him today. Okay, so after I started recording stuff, SFG dropped the full Warmachine patch update today, like a week early, so we can actually look at it. Looks like I was right about Gareth and Fifth Division. So they just kind of did like find and replace to lower their rat down 1, but they didn't actually change the ranges on any of the things that mattered. For Gareth, the Mage Hunter Strike Force got nerfed pretty bad by losing dual attack. And then the other one lost gang, which we kind of expected, but their power went up by 2. So I think those 2 factions are going to be pretty nasty going into next season. So I gotta look at it a little bit more in depth, but it's gonna cut my hobby time short because now I'm gonna crack out over that. Okay, I just double checked a couple things. The jacks did get their rat lowered, but that doesn't really matter because they're gonna have the focus to boost to hit anyway. So now I'm torn and I'm just thinking out loud. Fifth Division didn't get touched at all where it matters. I mean, their mat got lowered, but the jacks who were playing were at 8, so they're at 7, so they're still gonna hit. The infantry's rat didn't get touched, so the infantry's staying where it is. They lose inspiration, so I guess technically they take the hit that way, but they're still pretty good. Like after the initial read, the Garrett list, no way. They nerfed the Arcane Generator, so he doesn't give out +2 to everybody. All the infantry's got nerfed. He got hit pretty hard, so I think I'm not even gonna try, especially because it's all not painted. So he's gonna stay in the box forever, probably. So now it's toss up, Fifth Division, Crucible Guard. Definitely still gonna paint both. My Fifth Division's almost done, but anyway, so that's why I'm gonna paint it for sure. But I think I'm gonna lean towards Fifth Division. I had a lot of fun playing it, but also I still love Crucible Guard too. I love how both models look, or both factions look. Love painting the Crucible Guard. So probably I need to get some table time to make like a assessment for the rest of the year, but it's gonna be one of those. So I just finished going through all the changes in depth, and one thing I noticed is that Thyra kept Carnage and Silence of Death. So I don't know if that's enough to like save men off, especially Temple Guard, but I'm gonna try it. I do find it interesting that they pretty much made all the standard bearers like useless. They don't actually do anything in most of the factions now. So they did the lower it a point, so you're paying 1 point for 2 bodies. So I think with Temple Guard specifically, it's pretty cool. You get an extra shield guard. But I think a lot of the UAs now, you're paying, like, that body's just there. Like, a lot of them don't even have, like, weapons like the other people do. So I don't know what they were thinking there. They should have at least done something useful. To me, and this is pure conjecture, that really puts the writing on the wall that maybe this is the last year that Legacy's going to be in Mark IV, because they just made half the UAs, like, literally use, like, half of the models in the UA literally useless, which is weird. And they took a big chunk out of Convergence to Crisis, and they took away Madcaps and Piggybacks and a couple other things from Grimkin, but those are the 2 big ones. So I don't know. I'm getting the feeling that if I want to play Legacy, this is probably the year that I should do it. So I think I'm going to try that Thyra list out that I'm working on, just to see if that makes a big enough difference with her still having the hit fixing, and now everybody's mat and rat being lower. Maybe they won't just get blown off the table. But hopes aren't high for that, but I do want to try it. And then 5th Division, like, the gun carriage rat didn't go down. The rat's the same. They didn't change any of Strakoff's abilities, so he can still boost rat. There's still the Artillery Capitan, who can increase range and rat. Or I think it's just rat. So there's still a lot of very interesting things in 5th Division, even though they still took the mat and rat hit. But I don't think it's going to affect them as much as other people, because they're still, like, what they were doing, they can still do. You could still run mass infantry with Butcher. They still have the combined range attack. They're still going to benefit off Butcher's feet with the extra dice. So I think, I don't think it's going to hit them as hard as everybody else. And I'm excited for it. Oh yeah, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.